name is Jared, and I play bass.
I'm Scott, and I play drums.
I'm Chris, and I play guitar.
This is Reuben. You play Reuben, say
Hi, I'm Reuben. I play keyboards and lift heavy stuff.
Lucky you. This is Ryan. He sings.
I'm Ryan. I sing on a song.
Sometimes.
When he feels like it.
Oh, okay.
I guess first, did you all start playing in Tumwater and grow up there, or?
Oh, yes. Oh, yes.
Well, we all went to the same high school.
Went to Tumwater High School, practiced in my mom's shed. We still practice there, actually. We're very Tumwater. That's Tumwater as it gets.
Straight out of Tumwater.
Did you have a nice pizza dinner with your mom this summer out at Yo-Yo?
Oh, you say that? Actually, yeah, I did. It was my brother's birthday party, actually. Had a very nice time. Always nice to sit down. Never lie to your mother. Never. Never lie to your mother.
A lesson well learned on this. Just recently. Don't lie to your mother.
Never lie to your mother.
Never.
Okay? Because she knows.
So, who started KARP, or who is the originals and members?
Well, we're all original members. It actually started as a science class. Chris, yeah. It started in a beginning or basic science. Action chemistry. is where it started.
Owen had science class to fill credits.
Yeah, Chris and I were taking a class to fill science requirements, and out of boredom we decided, hey, what a great idea, let's start a band.
I remember, actually, when we came up with the name, we were all in the car together.
Yes. It was actually an acronym for Kill All Redneck Pricks, and it was a newsletter that Chris, it was just like a little newsletter that Chris started and about like how dumb our high school was and how dumb everybody was, and Chris used to distribute it to everyone, and it was really funny because like a lot of people would like, a lot of rednecks would get a hold of it, and they knew they didn't like it, but they didn't know who was a part of it and whatnot, and so like, kind of like, I don't know, it's kind of funny.
It became like a small high school type, like kind of like mystery, like some of our weird friends that were like misfits and outcasts and stuff would get like threat notes on their
Yeah, they'd get like
lockers,
shit.
like, fuck you and fuck KARP, all you faggots and fuckers, and
It's pretty great.
you stink and you should take a shower and cut your hair.
I got fag spray painted on my car in pink spray paint. But it was so dirty. My car was so dirty that it just wiped off with the dirt.
Yeah.
It was pretty good.
Wow.
It's pretty good.
It's pretty dirty. It's a dirty car.
What were some of your other influences, or like, I guess, musical influences besides the chemistry class?
Musical? Well,
Or what did you listen to at that time in
I don't know.
high
I
school?
think probably like our biggest influence as far as like music at the time was Unwound was in a band, Giant Henry. Before they were just like a really shitty hardcore, like just gross punk rock band, and I don't know. They were one of the first punk bands I ever saw. I guess they were really good. Fits of Depression always been a big influence.
Steel Pole Path, Black Sabbath, Iron Maiden. That's about it.
Some of Ellis.
Don't say that word.
What?
Don't say that word.
Neurosis.
So was this tour more extensive than the summer tour?
Yes.
You mean the Beck tour?
The Beck tour, yeah.
You didn't want to say it, but we know what you're talking about, don't
we were
you?
getting to that. We were getting to that.
Oh yeah, it was a lot more extensive. As far as like reaching the people that we wanted to reach, you know, like extensive. We went all the way to the East Coast, and it was for longer, and we
More shows.
played in front of people who gave a shit, you know, rather than.
Yeah, so before, were people not receptive? They were like, who are you? Or
There was, they were moshing or whatever, but they don't remember. They didn't remember our name as soon as they left or anything.
They bought Lots of T-shirts were sold.
Well, hey, what do you get for $5? I mean, you know, of course you're gonna sell lots of T-shirts.
Big fashion statement. Kind of like if all the gaps on the West Coast where like all the customers were pulled out at an exact second and shoved into an auditorium and started jumping up and down. It's kind of like that. So they thought, wow, I can get into that beat, and I can hit this guy when they're playing that kind of music. But who are you guys anyway? Nah, they look really stupid. I don't like these dorks. I like the main dork that's gonna come on later. He's a dork, but he's cool.
He's a loser.
So what did you think of, I mean, when you played with Beck? We saw it in Denver, and what did you think? I mean, was that fun playing with Beck and Truman's Water sometimes, or?
The experience itself wasn't really fun. I mean, the whole concept of like that thing. We learned a lot of good lessons about like major labels, like the way you can like get yourself into a situation that you don't really want to do, but you just have to do for the money. But like the shows are pretty fun. I actually liked some of Beck's stuff. Truman's Water is completely awesome.
Yeah, we made really good friends with Truman's Water. Actually, we spent the night at their house last night. They live in Portland now. So that was nice. That was a good thing. I mean, Beck and his whole crew, they were all real nice people. And it was great to get to know Truman's Water. They were real great guys.
So this time when you toured, people were more receptive. They know who you are,
Right.
and they were like actually there to see you.
Sure, yeah.
More or less. Did you headline the shows, or like, because you went with Fitz, or did you like both switch
We were
off?
with Fitz. We wouldn't headline. They headline.
But they headline.
We didn't hook up with them until Texas.
So you were by yourself, or with like local bands, or did you play with any other other bands that just
Mostly local bands.
What was your worst show like on this tour? That like something really bad happened, or you just hated it, or you didn't want to do it, or
Athens, Georgia. That wasn't the worst though.
I think it was the worst.
That was definitely either that or Chicago. But
No, I didn't think Chicago. I thought Chicago was fun.
Because at least in Atlanta, we had a place to stay. At least the one guy that came to the show was really
I know, but the show. If you look at the show, like a country band played before us. This kind of like country grunge fusion played before us. And then everyone left except one guy that had come to see us.
It was really cool.
Stay in his house.
Kudos to John in Athens.
Yeah, John. But there was, I mean, playing in front of one person, like, it was just like, it was a really shitty place. It just, the flyer, our name was smaller than the date. Like a big block, at the top of the flyer in big block letters, booking agent, then the first band that played before us, and then KARP. No information about
It didn't say and card. It said plus.
It was the smallest print on the flyer.
Smallest letters on the flyer. The
But
date
they
was
did
bigger.
spell everything. They did spell
The agent was bigger. The hall was bigger.
Yeah. It was
Like,
like
I don't really care about that stuff normally, but it's like, I mean, no one came.
No one's
Because
gonna
obviously, if you see that when you're driving by or you're walking by, even like you couldn't see it from like 6 feet away. It's totally ridiculous.
Blockhead Booking presents Downright.
Yeah,
Plus.
Blockhead Booking.
Yeah, Blockhead Booking can like sit on a block. They can block. Try to block this
My punch.
Yeah.
Try and block all the
Blockhead.
punches and kicks we're gonna throw.
Right.
Yes, that was the worst show. Now I just think of shows in terms of like the whole experience.
Well, that's wrong.
But as far as shows go,
What do you mean the whole experience?
Incorrect, Reuben.
What parts were good about Athens, Georgia exactly?
John was
John.
good.
John was good, but that's
That
not
was
the show.
Waffle House was bad too.
Yeah, when we went to Waffle House.
Waffle House
was
was
great.
really good.
Yeah.
you guys didn't have pecan waffles.
You get me off?
I had a waffle. I don't see the big difference between a pecan waffle and a waffle.
Well, it has pecans in it.
Well, yeah, it's got pecans in it, but it was still made shitty.
I'll surprise you.
Did you try it?
Yes.
So were you in parts of the country like better than others?
Yeah.
I mean, that were good. That
Better than
like,
others?
or
As
you-
far as shows and stuff?
Yeah, that were fun or
The
that
East
you
Coast
liked.
was
or-
really, really good. We had a really good time, like in New York area, New Jersey
We
area.
stayed with,
DC was pretty fun. There was
DC
like
was-
live
Rhode
shows.
Island was fun.
Rhode Island was
North
good.
Carolina was awesome.
Northeast was really, really.
Raleigh, North
good.
Carolina
Raleigh,
was amazing.
Raleigh, North Carolina.
They were really fun.
Yeah, there was a really good, I don't know if it was a good place to play, but like a lot of people came and they were just all like really excited. Like there wasn't a place where like a band from out of town plays, so like some people won't even give them a chance, you know, not even listen to a song or whatever, and then like decide like, well, I don't really want to stand here, I'd rather stand there. Like it was awesome. Everyone was just up front. And, like,
Played with this
standing
band,
there,
We Graved.
freaking out.
They're the shit. Regraved.
Yeah, Raleigh pretty much rocks in general. Raleigh, North Carolina.
Yeah, we went to a party right after
A
the
lot of good music
people in
going
the
on.
band,
in
and
Raleigh.
like everyone was just sitting there, like, you know, sex, drugs, and rock and roll. It was fucking amazing.
Sex. That's pretty much how all the shows have been.
Sex, drugs, and
Sex and
rock and roll.
drugs and
Rock and roll.
lots of sex, lots of.
So you're big rock stars now.
Yeah, we've graduated.
I've tried.
Before it was-
I've never done
It was just rock and roll. Now we've like added sex and drugs onto the.
And don't lie to your mom. Sex, drugs, rock and roll, and don't lie to your mother.
Dude,
It was Beck.
What's that?
Touring with Beck did it.
Yeah.
Big star.
yeah, I mean, it was.
Okay,
It's not.
Why did you put the album out on K and not any of the other labels you had singles on? Like, I don't know, just any of them.
Kay wanted to do a record with us, and they
Kay
wanted-
offered. Kay's really good. Kay
They
said we
offered
could
it,
do.
and they wanted to do anything that we wanted to do. Like, nobody else really offered, like, an album in the first place. Nobody offered, like, a full color cover. You know, and plus we did a 10-inch, which is, like, actually more expensive than, like, a 12-inch.
Oh god.
So yeah, I don't know, just friends of ours, and they're nice and whatnot.
They're nice, and they're like, they have a good thing. They have a cool thing going because like they're really breaking the whole like K like stereotype now, especially in the past like year. They're like, I don't know, with like new Umbrella Sidewalk stuff and like
Fits of Depression.
Fits of Depression, you know, like they're getting on that whole like thing where like everyone when you
wide.
say a K they just assume like a two-piece band, pop, jingly guitars.
Lo-fi.
First Melvin's release ever was on a K sampler. That's the truth.
There you
So,
go.
so fuck your stereotype. That's.
That was really good stuff.
Kay's got a pretty wide variety.
They're very shitty.
What?
Did you just put out a new 7-inch? Somebody was telling me
last
that.
July.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, after.
There'll be a really new one that's split with Long Hind Legs, another Olympia band.
What?
And that'll be on Karate Records. We're doing a Long Hind Legs song and they're doing like
One of those wacky do each other song type thing.
Crazy split.
Hey, wanna get in on this interview?
No.
No?
No way. Dude, I hate interviews.
How'd you get on the Boston compilation?
We were asked.
Oh, I mean,
Friend of ours, Justin Johnson, who put it out.
JPJ.
Love
Love
Sexy
Sexy.
JJ.
Just
I'm in
asked
the
us to
middle.
do it.
You're on the outside.
did you choose
Love
the song?
Sexy.
That, I mean,
Well, there were only like
Sort
a
of, there were
couple
like-
songs available.
Yeah,
to
we had
us.
a choice of like, I don't know, 2 different songs or something. I don't even remember. We played it twice, I think, and recorded it. It wasn't.
okay. And a question for you. Why do you have 4-string now? And because you used to play a 3-string bass.
Oh yeah.
What
Custom made
Just
3-string bass.
get it fixed or just a new string?
I broke off the head the machine head a long time ago, and just
You've been playing with 3 for over a year.
yeah, I don't know. I just decided we're like I don't know, like wrote a song or something like that, and I was like, wow, it sounds so much better with another string, and so we fixed it, and now we're like one note,
yeah.
one string louder.
We were just too lazy to ever do anything about it.
And do you get sick of people referring to you as the guy with big hair?
You mean like right now?
No, it's just a different.
No,
Because
It's not okay. Here's a big news break. Like we've been saying, it's not a wig. Leave him alone. It really is a wig.
No.
Oh,
It's just, you know, that's how we got the Beck tour, you know. Oh, no, they're all right, but I think that hair's going to go far, so that's how we got hooked up with
You
that.
should pick it out for them before the show.
I did.
You should pick it out again though.
It's
not
You keep
fresh.
smushing it upwards. You gotta pick the sides out.
Pick it out, it looks so good.
Once it hurts, like, no.
It's good for you.
Because you never pick it out.
Yeah, it keeps it's healthy.
You want a big.
Why don't you guys worry about your hair and I'll just worry about mine, okay? Greasy head, Mr. Static Cling, and Mr. whatever, Gorilla Head over here.
Gorilla heads.
Just mind our own business, all right?
He has a wig on too, but it's just the hair shaved off of a gorilla outfit.
We didn't mean to offend you.
No, not at all.
Well, we don't mean to hurt you.
I didn't mean to punch you this hard.
We don't mean to break your luck.
Don't worry, we won't mean to leave you for dead.
Okay.
Okay.
Are there? Who do you listen to now? Or any bands you
mother.
do you like? Oh no. Hey, all right.
And I never lied to my mom.
Jerry.
That was the only time I ever lied.
Oh,
We
bullshit.
should, you know what, we shouldn't talk about what it was all about, because if it's going to be publicized, you know. Oh, come on now.
No, we're not talking about what it's all about.
Yeah, if this
Yeah.
fanzine gets to St. Louis, we're
Yeah.
fucked.
Yep, totally.
Oh, you said too much.
Oh, shut up.
Okay, tell us the story now.
Nope, not gonna happen.
I'm going to tell a story.
Yeah.
All right.
When we were in St. Louis, it was raining out.
Ask her. Hey, I'm not paying for anything.
And we,
If you get in trouble because of this.
When we were in St. Louis, we might have we're not sure if it actually happened or not, but we might have hit a parked car.
It left a huge dent in the side of it.
We might have done that, and then we might have driven off. You know, this is hypothetical. Let's say we had then driven off and checked around and nobody was looking, so we just went ahead and went to the movie theater, right? Went to the movie theater.
No, you tell them where we went after.
We thought
Oh, no. Old stick.
hypothetically we would have been out of the clear, you know, because we didn't think that anyone would have seen if this had happened, had seen anything. So we went driving, and then last night I called my mom and she said, "What happened in St. Louis?" I said, "What do you mean?" She said, "Well, there's a letter here from the city of St. Louis." And I was like, I don't know. She said, "Should I open it?" I said, No, I'll just open it when I get home. And so then right before I hung up on the phone, I was like, "Okay, I gotta go." She says, "Just tell me, Jared, did you guys get in a fender bender or something when you were in St. Louis?" And I lied to my mother and I said, no. So then we were freaking out for like an hour and a half, right? We had this big discussion with the audience, you know, it's talking about you shouldn't lie to your mother because the guilt is worse than anything, right? And worse than the ticket we may have gotten if we had actually hit anything. And so anyway, after the show, I go to the phone booth and I call my mom and she said, "Hi, what's wrong? Why are you calling?" I said, "I lied. We did get in, I lied. We might have gotten into a fender bender when we were in St. Louis." And I said, "Please don't yell at me. Please don't lecture me," and whatever, blah, blah, blah. And so then I said, "Well, open the letter and read it to me and say what it says." She's like, blah, 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 blah. And she gets to the fine print and it says, "Your delinquency of the $72 payment, which occurred in a no parking zone on 6/13/94, whatever." So it turned out to be a parking ticket from our last tour, and no one actually did see the alleged accident. So if the lesson that I learned from this is that you shouldn't lie to your mother, because if I hadn't lied, we never would have gone through the hour and a half of worrying that we went through.
I think the torture we went through for the hour and a half is payment.
Was the karma.
Is payment.
That was our karma payment right there.
That's enough payment.
So that's why you should never lie to your mother.
Here. We've also all became
Krishna.
born again Krishnas. I'm Harley. Benny. That's horror.
So,
So that's that.
Okay.
So those are the musical influences.
well, Chris,
That's good to know.
that's not even gonna work, because when you would have said your name, you would have said Harry.
Oh, next question.
So,
Yeah, next
they're never gonna believe that.
next question.
I don't have the questions.
Are there any bands you want to play with? I mean, like that you do a show with?
Well,
that you
Evan
have-
Dundo's
they
pretty
haven't?
cute. I'd play with him all night.
Yeah, alright.
If you know what I mean.
I like to play with him for a couple hours.
Regraped.
On a
I'd play
personal
with them again.
stage.
Man is a bastard.
Picasso
Bands we've
Trigger.
already played with, but
We talked to
we'd love to play
Picasso
with again.
Trigger. There's this band called Picasso Trigger from North Carolina that we played with. They're
Really good.
totally fucking raunchy, just radical
Raunchy rock
band,
and roll.
punk rock, and we talked to them like shortly about like possibly like setting up a lot of
We're all
shows.
smoking
Cigars.
That's how you do it, right? Do it
I don't know. There's not really any bands that like I'd want to play with. I mean, besides like bands that we already have, just because you never know.
There's probably lots of bands you just don't know.
Big bands or whatever, it's just like I don't give a
Yeah,
shit.
well, yeah.
All the big
Jesus,
band
those are
shows and
going
stuff,
down,
like-
Steel Pole, blah, blah,
I'm
blah.
talking about like big major bands like Beck or whatever. It's like,
You guys get to play with us.
wouldn't do that.
Blow you guys away.
Oh, you think so, huh?
Yeah, so.
We've been playing every night for 6 weeks. You guys practice that often? You guys practice that?
Not really.
You don't need to.
Yeah, we'd play with Aerosmith. Next question.
Just in hopes that
Okay,
I jump on stage with Steven Tyler.
Next
Well,
question.
what was the first concert you guys went to? Or any of you, like...
Giant Henry.
Like arena concert or
Either.
I've never-
Like when you were a kid, like, yeah, an arena concert or whatever.
Oh, wait.
Anything.
Alabama.
Did you
Okay.
Answer a random question, that's better.
Alabama. Oak Ridge Boys.
I saw Oak Ridge Boys.
Beach Boys, I've seen. Yeah, Dallas Bears. Dallas Bears. Yeah, my parents took me to see Alabama.
Yeah.
Oak Ridge Boys.
I haven't ever been doing like a big like rock show or whatever. The first like music show where I've actually even seen any live bands play was Steel Pole Bathtub, and that was like enough to like.
The first show I actually bought a ticket for, that like I actually had to go somewhere and buy the ticket, was for Napalm Death here.
Yeah.
When this was Rock Candy. Like,
Oh, it was in Pine Street?
what's that?
The Pine
No,
Street
Rock
Theater?
Candy.
Or was it Rock
It was
Candy?
here. It's when this was Portland Rock Candy.
Oh, okay, no problem.
Hi.
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 Wow.
So.
Okay, let's see.
Oh, and the neat thing about it was that the tickets, if you left them in the sunlight, they turned black.
No way.
Yeah. It just turned black. Right. So, that's pretty appropriate for a death metal show, I thought.
Hey, do you guys want to like come and sit down or something? What? You guys want to like come and sit down in here or something? You guys don't care that we're like hanging out and stuff and crowding and stuff. There's lots of room on the floor. We're going to sit down. Let's go and sit. Okay. Where's Elliot? I'm Chris.
Okay.
Nice to meet you. I
So,
haven't heard your band before.
Me too. Okay. Any new albums coming out soon, or are you gonna go back to Olympia?
We're gonna try to write some songs and record when we get back.
Okay.
Probably not anything.
It'll probably be like more in the late spring than another album. I'm gonna really,
Sit home in your home studio and
I'm gonna sit around like Chris Cornell sound in my bedroom with a 4-track and a guitar and write a few songs and really get down to really like the grunge aesthetic. And then soon, late spring, probably a new album will be released. on Warner Brothers / Sub Pop Atlantic Capital.
Wow.
It's a collective because we need $5 billion to put out this record, and that's the only way we're going to be able to budget ourselves for our world tour of, we're hitting India.
Your side project with Chris.
Right. It's called
Mother Dog Bone Love.
It's called The Culture Thief. And what we're doing is we're going around the world and ripping off everyone's popular culture, and then we're going to broadcast it on MTV as we learn each new one. And what this is going to do is confuse all the kids, you see. And then they'll be like putty in our hands, and then we're going to use them as lubricant.
We're just gonna unleash algorithms like never.
Yeah! Come on!
Alright.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Oh, let me put my hood over my mouth. No, it's too smoky in here.
It is pretty fucking smoky. Oh wow. I was good though.
It tastes good.
When did you start playing the keyboard? When did you have a keyboard?
Right before the tour.
How did you get to make neat sounds like that? Or what kind of keyboard is it?
It's a Moog. By Realistic.
Ooh.
It's actually Jared's. It's a lot of fun. Like the first show I played it was at the Capitol Theater in Olympia, our very before that time tour. I didn't really know what I was doing at all, so it's really shitty, but let me tell you, playing it every night.
He's mastered it.
Really, on this space age fucking ass kicker.
So are you planning to continue with KARP and keyboards, or is that just a tour thing?
It's not actually, we haven't told Reuben yet, but it's not really a, it's just kind of something for Reuben to do, to make him feel like he's a part of the thing, make him feel like he belongs.
So they didn't have to pay me.
So he doesn't feel like such a misfit.
We're going to use keyboards probably on at least one of the songs on the new album, and then, but
Lots of songs.
It doesn't necessarily.
I've got big plans for the
lots
new.
of songs, but like
Lots.
we're probably going to use at least 1 or 2 songs on the new album, but it doesn't necessarily mean Reuben's going to play anymore. It just means like incorporating some keyboards into it. So.
Reuben's there, and so's the Moog, and we got our hands full.
Who's going to play it?
Reuben's just an expendable set of hands.
Hey, alright.
Not that we don't appreciate him. He's an okay guy.
Okay. Have you guys ever played a wedding reception?
I wasn't really pissing after everything you said! Asshole!
No, we've never. I'd love to play a wedding reception.
Oh, good.
Really? Yeah, is somebody getting married that you know?
Yeah, we are.
Yeah.
No way.
You two are?
Yeah.
Oh, that happy
You
couple.
must have play a reception.
We'd gladly play a
In
reception.
January? Really?
Sure. All right.
Where do you guys play? Are you guys performing?
Yeah.
really.
We're in Portland
I
now.
dress in a tuxedo.
Okay, so now some questions for you guys. So how long have you guys been dating?
Since March.
Since March? So this has only been like,
It's not been a year.
it hasn't even been a year.
No, it's together. Live together.
Yeah, we're living together now.
We're living together.
2 months.
Two months.
So you've gotten over the little whatnot.
You're ready for the text to have a big nod after the
Oh, yeah.
after a couple months.
So tell me, Kalia, Chris, the ring, is it big? Is it a
It's non-existent.
Oh, so Chris, you're a cheap bastard then, right, Chris? Is that what it comes down to?
Both broke, so
Well, maybe if you sold some of those shit in your ears here, maybe you could save up for a decent ring for Kelly. She's a nice girl, she deserves a ring.
You guys like to be done?
Can I take a picture of you guys if you all like crowd around
Oh, sure.
together or something?
Oh, I guess that's...
Come on, Ryan.
He's big. Well, I don't.
How's all crowded? Come on, Jim. He gets to be a first.
Oh my nuts. I'm like,
Okay, hold on. Be a rest there. Try to balance it. Hold on.